Welcome to Perth's #1 podcast. You're listening to the Jamo and Dylan Show.
Yeah, we're on the way to Dunsborough, little mad trip with the boys. We're celebrating.
G'day guys and welcome back to another episode of the Jamo and Dylan Show. We hope you are having a lovely day. We've kick-started the day early in the morning. Dill's got to work today, but it's the only time we could squeeze this in.
It's old school.
It is old
This
school.
makes me feel young again. We used to film early, maybe when we did it on Wednesdays back in the day and Fridays too. But it's good.
It is
I feel
good.
fresh. It's good weather at the moment.
It's a Friday as well.
And it's nice, yeah. It's a good way to end the week.
It is. Now, obviously, I don't want to talk too much about footy because it's been a disaster for the AFL,
Honestly,
obviously, with the cyclone. We hope
right.
everyone's safe up in Queensland.
It's ruined the vibe, I think, of the opening round a little bit.
Oh, 100%.
It's not as exciting. Like, I should be way more pumped for the first game of the AFL season than I am. But, I'm still happy.
Especially because we've seen, the rivals, the other code, the rugby league, go to Las Vegas for their opening round. And smash it. So, yeah, good on them. Unfortunate for the AFL. But, yeah, like I said, I hope everyone is doing well in Queensland. We're recording Friday morning. It's 9:05 a.m. It feels like a breakfast radio show, but breakfast radio is like 5, 6 a.m.
They get up way too early, bro.
Drive to work type thing.
Those morning hosts on the TV too, getting up at 3. Yeah. Come on.
Yuck.
But opening round tonight should be good.
Yeah.
Big game, Sydney Hawks.
I hope it's just not a blowout and it's nice and close and it's a fun time. I think Sydney's raining too today, so.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Wet weather footy.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, our weeks. How's the week been, Dill?
It's been pretty good. Obviously, we released a Proddy C ep, so go check that out if you haven't.
Yep.
Great episode,
For
high
those
quality.
who don't know who Proddy C is, we've talked about him a fair bit on the show, but if you're new, he is a producer at the Fellas Studios. The Fellas Studios is Cal Freezy and the Burnt Chip in the UK. They're one of the biggest podcast studios in the world. And, very impressive setup they have there. And Proddy is a valued team member there. Yep. He hopped on, finally got the episode out. It's been about 6 months, probably over now.
Yep.
But it's out and
Great
it is
app.
in the hands of you guys, so enjoy it.
But it's been a good busy week. On Saturday, me and Carly stayed at a hotel in the city.
Ooh,
just
where?
for fun. Intercontinental.
Ah, yes.
It was quite nice actually. Good location. Mm-hmm. And we had fun.
First time there?
First time staying there, yeah. So that
And
was
the
pretty
price
good.
range wise, like.
I think the room was about $350.
Okay.
So a bit
it's
more
like
expensive than a norm.
Your mid to high.
Yeah,
value.
yeah. But not your Ritz-Carlton levels.
And what was your? I like the review out of 10. Can you give me one of those?
I'll say the Intercontinental. I'll give it a 8.3.
Okay, that's solid.
Service was really good. Location was nice. It didn't have a pool or anything, so you could take a point away for facilities. But staff was good. They give you a wine on entry, which was nice. So, happy with that.
You'd expect that after $350.
And then, obviously, we played a bit of paddle. We played Sunday with the lads. We played on Wednesday with Rog, Carly and Grace. Yep. So, I'm happy to be getting more involved with the sport. Paddle's my life.
Yeah, paddle is life.
But, it's been good. How's your week?
Yeah, good. Like you said, lots of paddle. So Sunday with the lads, it was good. We had 7, so we were just rotating in and out.
It was fun.
Like we've said to you guys before, our friendship group's kind of a bit different to the one that Rog's in. So he didn't get the invite and he wasn't very happy, but we played late at night and
I didn't think he'd come.
He would have been fast
Then
asleep.
he was acting like he would have.
Yeah, it was a public holiday.
But Rog has been invited to things before with us.
Yeah.
He still knows them. He's friends with them, just not in the same group.
Yeah.
He just hasn't come before.
Indeed. And then, like you said, we played with the girls and Rog, and that was good fun. The girls' first time, and it showed.
Yeah.
It was very hard to teach them.
At the start it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The concept of dropping a ball for both of the girls and just slowly hitting it to someone on the other side was very difficult to comprehend, which was shocking.
Yeah.
And quite frustrating. But the girls got the hang of it by the end, and it was good fun. Enjoyed our time there. Shout out West Coast Paddle in Dalkeith.
Yeah, we got to play a bit with the owner as well, which was good.
Yeah, Nick, great bloke. Golden Triangle lad, great bloke though.
Good skills.
Yes, definitely. Talking about skills, mate. So I was in my room sometime last week because obviously we haven't spoken to you guys in a while because of the
Proddy C app.
Proddy C app. And basically I was in my room And then I went to go and have a shower. So I'm having a shower in the morning and Grace calls me. And she was over at my house and it's only like, I don't know, 10-second walk to the bathroom. I'm thinking, why are you ringing me if it's a 10-second walk? Pick up the phone. I'm just got out the shower. And Grace goes, there's a snake in your room. I'm like, come on. It's a worm, mate. It's a worm. Walk into the room. I've got like a washing basket in my room. I pulled that out and God forbid there is a snake in my room.
You jump a bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
I guess you were expecting it.
Yeah.
You know?
And then I got Dad involved because he's the snake handler around the house. And he got a pool cleaning, what do you call it, catcher thing?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yep, a net. And then he did the job of getting it out of the room. But it was a baby snake, baby dugite, still venomous.
Does this happen often?
No, first time a snake has ever been in this house that we've
okay.
known of. So look, I've lived here ever since I was a baby. I said a few episodes back, even in the Prodigy C episode, I think I said I've seen about 7 snakes around the house in my entire time.
Yeah,
right?
Add it to the list.
And that one was the scariest because it was in the room.
Yeah, bit too close to home.
So we looked around to try and find how did it get in. Now, obviously it's small. There's little nooks and crannies and crevices and stuff that it can get through. And we're looking at plugging those up so it doesn't happen again. But Dad disposed of it. No killing of it, but it took it away. And I just want to talk about this as well. It's quite sad, but I'll just brush over it. Grace and I, we went for a little late night spud shed run a couple nights ago.
Yep.
And
which one did you go to?
It's like a 10-minute drive. Anyway, we go down there. And then as we come back, I see a kangaroo on the road. Now, this happens a lot, right?
It does.
You and I have
I've
seen
a few.
We've seen kangaroos pass away. Very sad, but it happens. It's just a way of life around here. And it's nature. It happens.
It does happen.
It's unfortunate. Kangaroos, I've said this before, as much as I love them, they are dumb animals. And they do jump in front of cars quite often. They almost find it like a game.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And they usually lose against the car, unfortunately. But they do put in an effort. They fuck some cars up.
So firstly, when we were leaving, so you just know down on the end of the road on that corner, there's quite a lot sometimes. And as we were leaving, I saw one on the side of the road, quite small, and it was alive. And I was thinking, I'll just keep that in mind because it might jump out in front when I come back, right? We come back only about 20 minutes later. I drive down and I see a kangaroo on the road standing over a small kangaroo that has been struck by a car.
Okay.
I think that small one that got struck was the one that I looked at as we drove past and said, you know what, that might jump out in front of my car. And then it was gone. And then it was on the floor.
Mum or Dad's looking over it.
Yeah, I think it was the mum, and it was incredibly sad. Wind down the window and it was still alive, but it was dying.
Oh, no.
And the noise that it was making was horrific. It was crying out for help in kangaroo voice.
Yep.
Screeching.
I can imagine it.
It's screeching and it's passing away. So instantly, like, there's a wildlife place up the road. It's 10 p.m. though. So they're not there.
Who's there? Yep.
So Grace and I are trying to go into Steve Irwin action mode to try and like keep this thing alive because although it might seem like there's not much to do, we thought maybe there's something we can do.
Mm-hmm.
So we get out the car, we walk down there, and the mother kangaroo is obviously going to be quite defensive because it's, you know, and I Googled it and it said like, don't approach them, like don't get too close because the mother will act out.
Okay.
Even the injured kangaroo will act out because it's so scared and frightened, right? So all of this happened. Grace has called about 3 or 4 hotlines and after hours hotlines.
And no one's picking up?
Not one call, not one answer. Anyway, so there was a couple of numbers that said 24-hour wildlife rescue Perth or something like that. Because I'm thinking if you're a wildlife person who loves nature, who loves animals, you're on call and you would want to save the life of a young kangaroo.
Particularly if you're advertised as an after hours, you know, we're the go-to people.
Yeah, exactamente. So we have called these numbers. Grace has done that while I'm looking around for things and unfortunately no one picked up. So what option are we left with?
leave or put it out of its misery.
Yeah. So I went up there with a brick. Nah. So the poor thing did pass away.
Yeah.
And then took a couple of days to remove it. But yeah, it was only, I would say, about 1 year old.
Yeah, it's just life cut short, man.
Life cut very short, very unfortunate. But those noises are ingrained in our brains for the rest of our life, and we think we should have been able to do more.
What can you do?
Exactly. What can you do? It was in the middle of the road.
In the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night, and the people who you depend on were not answering. And how about the time when I ran up there after we saw the kangaroo? Basically, Dylan and I came back.
Yeah.
Kangaroo did a corkscrew. It caught its legs on a fence,
Crazy.
cracked its neck, was dying on the floor.
They were having lunch.
They were having lunch. I said, look, there's a kangaroo that's dying. It's still alive, but it is like struggling. And they said, yeah, we'll just finish lunch and we'll come down in a bit, all right? Came down 30 minutes later, poor thing's dead. So cheers, lads. So we just think that the 24-hour service...
Yeah, where's the 000 for the kangaroos, bro?
It was honestly pathetic. You don't promote something that you can't commit to.
Just be honest, say we close at 10.
Exactly.
You know? Get it in the morning.
Anyway.
Sadness,
whatever,
bro.
is what it is. Been in some talks to head over to Melbourne on like a little cheeky solo trip. Maybe Grace will come. It depends on timing and stuff like that. But I'm going to go over there because obviously we have some friends over there that also do content. You know, we got Druzy, we got Will Taylor, we got Caden McDonald.
Druzy's having a lot of fun over there, it seems.
He is. And he's playing for a footy team called the Wattle Park Animals, right? And it's like a low grade of footy, but they have fun. They all have their mates playing together.
Yes.
It looks awesome.
They've created a nice club.
And a lot of them are content creators. So a lot of people, you know, they're vlogging game day. They've got all their stats. Every game gets recorded. It just looks like a fun thing to be a part of. I wanted to go on a footy trip, as in go and watch some games over there. And what better time of the year than during footy season? And what better people than ones who are involved in it? So at some point this year, I'll head over there. And I'm going to hopefully have a one-off game for the Wattle Park Animals.
Get a one-game contract?
One-game contract. And I'm hoping to fit in a training session too.
Yep.
So like, let's say I go over there on a Thursday morning.
You going to try and catch a Freo game too or something?
Yeah, maybe. But in that like middle part of the year, there's a gap of Freo games. It's like we have the game that North sold to us over here, which would have been over there.
Oh,
so we've got so many games over here or Queensland,
North
Adelaide.
Games,
like,
bro.
Heaps of them aren't in Melbourne or Victoria. So that is what it is. Like I'm not desperate to go and watch Freo over there. I just want to watch
a game.
Or just like a monster game. I'm talking like an 80, 90,000 at the G because I've never experienced that.
There during the middle of the year.
But I've asked Checkers, who's the coach, the captain coach of the Wattle Park Animals, firstly for the all clear to come over. Ticked it off, beautiful. And then I'm just waiting on the fixtures. They said it will be 2 or 3 weeks until they have all the fixtures. And then I can plan it around that.
Got some big games in June. You got a Carlton Essendon Sunday night. You've got a...
I don't want to play footy if it's cold and rainy though.
Yeah, fair.
So I'm trying to think weather-wise. I'm going to do my best. But you can't tell. In Melbourne, you never know.
Oh, mate, you'll never know.
It might be a nice and clear morning and an awful afternoon. But yeah, I'm looking forward to... hopefully playing a game. And they can put me wherever they want. If I had a preference, where do you think I would pick to play? Considering my current physical condition, as in not
I feel like you would want all things A-okay.
Yes.
In the midfield somewhere.
Potentially.
If no injury, fitness was there.
Because I've made my mind up.
Where do you want to be? Forward pocket?
Just try and guess.
Forward pocket, snag a few.
Halfback flank.
Halfback flank.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I had a
bit of free reign.
Exactly, and that's I want to be bruise free.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like one of those halfback flankers, like a distributor,
like Zorko or something.
Yeah. So like you can find me. I'm just going to float into gaps, pick up the ball, and then I'll hit people
distribute
up. My fitness condition isn't high, but I know a lot of the boys in the team it's not.
Yep.
So I think I'll fit in. My distribution, whether it's handball or kick, I back myself a lot.
Yep.
Never really played forward. I do think I could do it for sure. I think I could kick a few, but
You want more of the ball.
I want to have 20 touches or something.
Forward pocket, you're getting 10.
Yeah.
11.
And
try and kick 2.
I just want like hands on the footy, and just please don't get injured. Everyone will be praying for that.
Yeah.
By everyone, I just mean my immediate family, Grace and myself, and maybe some of you boys. But I just don't want to get injured because I lasted 2 games the last time I tried to make my comeback. So just a bit more bruise-free footy.
Yeah, bruise-free footy. I like it.
And it will be recorded, that game. So
do their games look rough usually, or is it a bit more relaxed?
But I would say more relaxed just because of the physical condition of the players and the division it's in.
Yep.
But there are some good players who drop down to play at that level. So you never know, but that's something I'm looking to plan, a little Melbourne trip. And it will probably just be like a 5-6 days.
Yeah, get a few games in.
Yeah, just like
nice.
Go over there. Like my plan is go over there on like a Wednesday, Thursday, train with the lads.
Get to know them.
Yeah, have a couple feeds.
Bit of chemistry.
Maybe go to like a Friday night game and a Saturday night game. Play the game on, I believe it's a Saturday morning.
Yep.
And then I'll come back on Monday or something like that.
Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, just enjoy it. So that will be good fun. Also an update on skydiving. I have confirmed the person I'm doing it with, and there may be one other as well.
Yeah?
The other one is one of my old workmates.
Oh, okay.
Jacob.
And he's keen?
Yep. So Jacob had like I'm leaving work party, like a leaving the work party. I'm going to see everyone, get everyone together, past and current, right? So we went to the Campfield on Saturday night, and great time. Got to see everyone, enjoy my time, see all the people that I haven't seen in quite some time. So it was very enjoyable, and I brought that up with him, the skydiving, and he seems pretty keen.
And he's keen?
So we'll try and get him involved as well, because then I'll have Jamo, my boy. It's going to be his 21st birthday.
That's
Hopefully,
good thing to do on the birthday.
Yeah, he just needs to get it ticked off by work, and if he gets the day off, it'll be me, Jamo, and Jacob.
Nice. Has Jacob done it before?
Triple J, never. But it's something that he would like to do.
Okay.
That would be good, a little group of 3, because I think the max is 4. So if you get 3, it's rare someone else is going to join.
Yeah.
It's like a...
Oh, yeah, because then they have to be solo.
Yeah. You just don't really want to do that. That's the whole point as to why I wanted to get other people to do it, is I don't want to go and do it purely by myself.
Yeah, that's fair.
To do it, hopefully with our boy Jamo, who's actually sent heaps into the show.
Yeah, he's been a long-time listener.
Long
time
for his
contributor.
21st birthday, and for my long-awaited experience.
18th? Was it for an 18th?
I think it was for my 18th. It's like a 7-year-old present.
It's a 7-year wait, bro.
But
at least it's still valid.
That will be getting booked within the week. So fingers crossed, I'll have an update for you next episode. But yeah.
Now this was sent in by a fan.
All right.
We asked for, some conspiracy theories, some stories, something interesting to talk about.
Was this sent in on Instagram?
On Instagram, but it was deep
Jamo
in our
Dylan.
Requests.
Yeah.
And he says, look up the Natalia Grace situation.
All right.
One of the weirdest and most controversial adoption cases ever.
Oh.
Apparently there's a Netflix about it as well. Now, Natalia Grace Barnett is a Ukrainian-born girl who was adopted by an Indiana couple, Michael and Christine Barnett, in 2010. They thought they were adopting a 6-year-old girl with a rare form of dwarfism called spondyloepiphyseal dysplasia. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Which affects bone growth and makes her appear much younger than she actually is. A few years into the adoption, the Barnetts started claiming that Natalia wasn't actually a child, but an adult pretending to be one. Oh. They accused her of being a sociopath who threatened to kill them, tried to poison Christine, and even stood over them at night with a knife. According to them, doctors and dental tests indicate that Natalia was actually a grown woman in her late teens or early 20s.
Oh.
In 2012, the Barnetts went to court and successfully had her legal birth year changed from 2003 to 1989, making her legally an adult. Then in 2013, they moved to Canada and left Natalia behind in an apartment in Indiana with no support.
That's crazy.
They were later charged with neglect, but were eventually acquitted in 2023.
Wow.
Natalia's side of the story. Natalia has denied everything the Barnetts said. She insists she was a child when she was adopted and that she never tried to harm them. Other families who later took her in have backed her up, saying she acts like a normal person with no violent tendencies. This is still up for debate. Some medical reports suggested she was a child when she was adopted, while others indicated she could be much older. But because the Barnetts legally changed her age, she was left in a bizarre legal limbo. She was essentially treated as an adult regardless of what her real age might be.
Damn, I don't know who to trust.
I don't know who to trust, bro. That's just weird.
If she's a kid, can you trust a kid? Can you trust... Look, there's a lot of mental health issues and disorders and whatnot, and this girl may have had some. If it is true that she was standing over the bed with a knife and whatnot, that's not a normal thing to do.
She has dwarfism, so you're really not going to know. 6, 12, 18.
And no birth certificates to match.
She'd have to play a 6-year-old well. Surely you would tell, like, as an adult, you'd be like, they're not 6.
Yeah.
Unless she's just... imagine how tiring it would be to play a 6-year-old 24/7.
Yeah, true.
It's a lot of work, bro.
Easier playing a 6-year-old than a 60-year-old probably, because at least you've been 6 before.
Yeah.
You know what it's like. But
yeah,
that's a weird story.
And then they just left her in the apartment. They said, we're off. See ya.
But is she still alive and stuff?
Yeah, I believe she's still alive.
Have you seen a photo or you just seen the story?
Just seen the story. I did type it in on Google, but I didn't really look at her.
Okay, here she is. That's her now. That's an adult now. You can tell. Now, looking at this is when she was young.
Then update. Through an August 2023 DNA test, the health testing company True Diagnostic estimated that Grace was about 22 years old, suggesting that Natalia was 8 years old when her adoptive parents abandoned her in her first apartment in 2011.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there we go. That's more, I like science, and that's more scientific than anything else we just heard. So, yeah.
Yeah, this is weird, bro.
So I'm taking her side now.
Damn, so they just left it at 8. Even you know, say you give her a few years, say you give her 3 extra years, just give or take.
Even if she was 12.
Just in the apartment, bro. In the AP, home alone.
Abandoned.
And they didn't move state, bro. They moved country.
Yeah.
Off to Canada.
Yeah. Now I think the parents are messed up. But
Yeah.
I want to look more into this story because it's very, very interesting. Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
Natalia Grace. Shout out. I hope she's doing well, man.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Sounds like she is now. Full-grown adult, yeah.
All right, let's get into a Spanish lesson. Obviously, it's been a little while since we've done a proper one.
We've got a lot to get through.
We'll start off with Matty D, but let's rock into the intro.
Clases de Español con Jamo y Dylan.
All right, here we go.
Yo, boys, the little pop quiz thing you did was pretty good. I was pretty happy, pretty impressed with yours. You did get one of them right. You said it was wrong. The Concha del Madre. Jamo said it, and you're like, no, that's not right. But you were right. But yeah, the hijo de puta is what you guys know, and just use that instead.
All right.
Okay.
So I don't know if you boys do this in Perth, but in Melbourne we do it. It's not a big thing, but if someone does something good, you say like, oh, good boy, like you're like mocking him in a way. Oh, good boy, like you obedient little puppy. So you say like, buen niño, or if you want to say good girl, buena chico, buena niña. You can say chica as well, and chico for boy.
Because that's what we know. We know
Buen
chico
niño.
and chica.
Chico and
but
chica. Niño, niña.
Yeah, he used niño and niña.
I don't mind it. Buen
I feel
niño.
like it'll tie in well, like if you boys are playing darts and then someone does a good shot, you could be like, buen niño, like, good boy. Or like, if you boys hit a good shot and no one's really looking, you could be like, mira. So that means like, look, mira, look.
Mira.
Yeah, M-I-R-A-R.
Mirar.
Mirar.
I like that.
Mirar.
Or if you hit a good shot and everyone's looking, they're like, oh, that was great. You just say, no pasa nada. Means it's
Oh, sorry.
this is no big deal.
It's no big
No
deal.
pasa nada.
No pasa nada.
So, bang, you just hit a 9 dada.
No pasa nada.
No pasa nada.
No pasa
No
nada.
pasa nada. Mira, no pasa nada.
I like that.
Mira, no pasa nada.
Yeah. There's some good
Yeah,
lessons.
boy.
Mira, no pasa nada.
All right, now we're moving into. So he's written them down here. So we had good boy or good girl.
Yep.
Formal, bueno niño,
Nice.
buena niña, no, niña, and then informal, buen niño,
Buen niño.
buen niña.
I like the
Is it
informal.
niña?
Niña? Buen niño.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Hola, Jamo y Dylan.
Hola.
¿Cómo estáis? Buenos días. Today, we're going to revise Spanish because we need to revise. Hoy vamos a revisar español.
Revisar? I reckon that
Dale.
means revision.
You know where I know Dale from? Pitbull. That's one of his-
Dale. Yeah.
So I've sent you a message and I want you to match the English to the Spanish. And so whether you do this through the podcast or just before or whatever, up to you. And then I want you to have a conversation with those ones.
Okay, we're just going to do this here. We'll make it quick, but she's gone A through to I and 1 through to 9, and we have to match them up. So A, we have see you next week. So we need to just try and find it here.
See you next week.
Let's do the ones we know first. So let's go to the beach. Vamos a la playa.
Done. So we've got two.
How do you say that? Is it
Oh, I should choose the dollars. Uno cuesta. And then-
Dólares?
Dollares.
Dollares,
And then you say
obviously
the number.
dollars.
Yeah, okay. Where is the bathroom? That one is... ¿Dónde está el baño? I feel like that's where's the bathroom.
Yep. Quisiera un café, por favor.
I would like a coffee, please.
I would like a coffee, please. That's a
I'm
good one.
Thanks. Estoy
Estoy bien, gracias.
Gracias. ¿Y tú?
Et tu.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's I'm good, thanks.
How much is
How are
that?
you?
¿Qué pasa, bro? Is what's up, bro?
Yep. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hello, how are you?
Yep.
So what see you next week? Nos vemos
La próxima semana. It would
That
have
has to be, right?
Yep. So
okay. I don't remember that
vemos-
one.
See you next week. Nos vemos la próxima semana.
I like it though.
That can't be any of the other ones, can it?
No.
So that's that.
Okay, cool. We nailed
Alright.
that, to be honest.
Okay, now if there's still time, I'm going to say a number and you both have to put in your guesses as to which number it is. So you can pause between each number. First one. 3,
3,
5,
5?
5,
10,
10? Or 9?
1.
10. Uno's 1.
Wait.
10.
Well,
It feels 10-y.
wait. Yeah. Hang on. Let's just
Or is
do
it 9?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep, 10.
Yeah.
Nice.
1,
1,
7,
7.
6 or 7?
Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I want to say, 7.
Yeah, 7.
6,
6 is 6.
6. 9. So yeah, that's easy.
We
Our
nailed that.
our instincts were better than the second guess. Like, don't second guess.
Also, really quickly, from last week pronunciation, the U always sounds like a U. So in that word, suscríbete. It sounds like a U unless it's next to a Q or a C. Sometimes, like cuantos, cuando, quisiera. They're all a bit different. But, yeah, usually it's a U sound. The J sounds like a H. Mejor.
That's hard.
Lots of throat, like you're coughing something.
Mejor.
Mejor. It doesn't have to be that strong. Mejor.
Okay.
And that phrase would be, ¿Dónde está el mejor bar? ¿Dónde está el mejor bar? Yo no sé. I don't know. Where is the best bar? Anyway. Adiós, chicos. Nos vemos la próxima semana.
Nice.
So
Adios, chica.
and that was see you next week. Yep.
For
Boys, apologies. I completely forgot to send you anything.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I started...
No, that's okay. She is misunderstood here. This is from Friday
Well, that's a great lesson.
last week. A great lesson.
I enjoyed that one
Let's
today.
quickly send a voice message back. Hola chica. I'm not doing the rest in Spanish. We have just been all Spanished out. Thank you for the lesson. We just said thank you to Maddie D as well. You didn't miss anything because obviously we used Proddy C as an episode last week. So, yeah, we just did the revision from you and we need another lesson for next week. So if you can get that in by Thursday night or Thursday day, that would be elite. Go with whatever route you want to go. But, yeah, we smashed it today. So thank you and see you next time. What was the one that she just said?
It's up, but I forgot.
It was... Nos vemos la próxima semana. Send that off.
That's a good one.
Off we trot.
That's a real good one.
All right.
This was sent in actually by someone.
Yes.
From Connor.
Conario.
Now he wants to know who we think is the biggest Australian celebrity who wouldn't be known overseas. So could walk around Europe and America and not be bothered, but in Australia, they're quite popular.
Yeah. So we're trying to think of the most famous Australian that
the
wouldn't
most
be
famous you can get. Yeah.
Or that would hardly be recognised. See, instantly, I'm trying to think people who are ingrained in Australian culture.
Yeah.
And I go to Chris Lilly. So obviously people in England and the US would know him.
But not as well.
But not very well.
I think Hamish and Andy back in the day as well when they were popular.
Yeah, I agree. Hamish and Andy did do a lot of UK stuff. But similar. It's hard because the cultures cross over. Because
a lot of them don't break to in America though. Maybe that's a choice.
Yeah.
You've got like obviously all the footy players aren't really going to be that well known in England and America.
Who would be the most?
I think Bailey Smith's the most followed. I don't know if he's the most famous. I mean,
who would be the most well known current? Let's go current.
So it has to be playing.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, there's you got Buddy Franklin, iconic. True. But current, I mean, I guess you got Dacos or Bont maybe, two big stars, like I would say, or Cripps. But I think, probably one of those three are the big players. Most singers get well known.
Yeah, singers are worldwide.
Actors again break in.
Social media / YouTubers, they're like worldwide too. Hamish and Andy were the first ones that came into my head.
I mean,
at the peak of their powers, I think they could have gone like they did, in South America, Europe, and whatnot, without being noticed too much.
I mean, you've got we've got our TV show hosts, like you've got Carl Stefanovic, popular here. You've got like maybe like Carl Sanderlands or something, very popular here, but I feel like he wouldn't be well known anywhere else.
Who was the first one we said? The very first one.
Chris Lilly.
Yeah, okay. So I'll lock that one in because I think most Australians would know him, but I think he can go by without people noticing him abroad.
I'm trying to think if there's someone more famous that can fit the criteria.
I've no doubt that both Chris Lilly and Hamish and Andy get noticed abroad 100%.
Yeah, but we're just saying in general. Because other people would get noticed very...
Yeah.
Actors and singers get noticed, man.
I'm trying to split the popularity. So, for example, he's let's just use Chris Lilly, for example. 90% of people that know him are in Australia.
Yeah.
Then it's like a 10%. Whereas if you looked at, I don't know, Australian singer, like Dom Dollar or something, right?
Yeah.
Dom Dollar would probably be like 50-50.
Yeah, and he's more known in a certain age group as well. Whereas Chris Lilly's a bit more. See, these are all just stars that everyone knows.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if we go the opposite, it's like a Chris Hemsworth. People know him abroad for being that Australian actor.
Yep.
So that's an interesting one.
Most popular celebrity in Australia, number 1, Alex de Minaur. That is crazy. Like, it's just obviously it's just a random. Yeah. But for him to be first, I don't know about that at all.
Yeah. Because if you ask like our girlfriends who that is, they probably wouldn't know.
I don't. Yeah, no, not that he's obviously world number 8 or something.
Yeah,
but I'm just compared to your Hugh Jackman or something like Margot Robbie.
If you ask the sporting world who he was, they would probably say, yeah, he's the Australian tennis player.
Yeah, yeah.
But to be honest, Kyrgios would be more of a worldwide household name.
I think by 10, you know, times 10, bro, for Alex.
But Alex, much better career than Nick.
Way more consistent, higher world ranking.
Yeah, although the
struggles to break through to the semis and Nick at least made a final. It seems Demon struggles to take that next step.
Level,
I've said he's a non-threat world number 8. I think to the top 4 players.
Like the top 4, he just struggles to get over.
I don't think they would. I think when they come up against him, they'd think, I'm going to run through him.
But he is the best we have to offer.
But
I
hope he can take that next step. I want nothing more.
Yeah, I agree.
But in the Oz Open, he got dismantled, didn't he? Straight sets, which was honestly that was a low energy night.
Yeah,
I mean, I know he probably made $500,000 off it, so I don't feel too bad for him. But there is that hope to see an Aussie win the Australian Open on the men's side because it's been so long. But I don't know if it'll happen, man. Not for a while now.
Yeah. Well, we need that next gen to come through, and you just need someone
special.
special.
Sinner and Alcaraz.
Yeah, I think
it's going to be hard.
Those two are going to dominate for a very long time. There's probably four or five guys coming through that can really take it to the next level. But Sinner and Alcaraz seem to be on another planet.
And they seem to take it to the next level at the slams too.
And in finals.
Crisp tennis, bro.
Sometimes they play their best tennis in the finals.
Yeah,
too.
which is, what are you going to do?
They just keep it up their sleeve.
Old Novak still hanging around.
Up their sleevington. Couple of big weekends for us lined up. We're going out this weekend for a mate's birthday.
Should be fun. Big group.
And then next weekend it is round 1, the real round 1
That's
of
when
the
the
AFL.
energy's there.
And all the lads are getting together for a night at Ev's and then off on a pub crawl, which I'm very excited
The fixture
for.
looks great. We've got Richmond Carlton, Hawthorn Essendon on the Friday night. Saturday, you boys play early. Geelong Freo.
Buckley was saying he won't come if we lose. Or
Sydney,
he'll just
Brisbane,
be in a bad mood,
Dogs North. Oh, then I get the primetime slot against Saints. 9:35 a.m. on a Sunday.
Oh, yeah, boy.
That's a fucking blockbuster right
You're going to have
there.
to set the alarm to wake up that early on a Sunday.
I'll wake up at halftime, bro, and just pray we're up. If we lose the first game of the season's done.
A little rivalry between you and Mama?
Nah, not really, actually. I wouldn't say there's rivalry between the three teams in the house. Maybe Dad and Mum go back and forth a little bit. Dad will just be like, he'll drop geez, you're a shit club.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it is entertaining watch. Dad's a pretty base footy fan.
Yeah.
I feel like the old boys are because they've seen so much.
Yeah.
Don't get too
high or low.
Yeah. So Mum's very, she's all in, bro. She's so passionate. She really rides the ups and downs of St Kilda, and they just.
Jack Steele still the favourite player, or
she likes Jack Steele. She's not as big on Max King. She thinks he makes the forward line worse.
Yep.
She wasn't happy with obviously the Membry loss.
Yeah.
Because she thinks, and she is right, when Max King's there, they just target him. It's not a dynamic forward line.
Does Desley have a favourite youth player, a player coming through?
She does like Philippou.
Yep.
She likes obviously Wanganeen Millerer.
Yeah,
I think he's a great player for them and should take it to the next level. So there's a few she likes, and Mum's been a member for a long time, so she love it. She likes Mitch Owens too. Yeah, good player.
Again, another injured player.
I know they've got a few at the moment. They're going into the season battered,
decimated.
But no, I'm looking forward to tonight.
What are her thoughts on Ross Lyon?
Yeah, she doesn't think he can take him.
Yeah.
Boring footy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She doesn't think he's a good coach. She wasn't the biggest fan when he got rehired.
Yeah.
But you got to have faith, don't you? So she's not the biggest Ross fan. And neither am I. At the end of the day, at his peak, he just couldn't get the job done.
He got to 3 grand finals.
He can't get the job. And so he's a great building coach, but he's not a winner, bro. That's the problem, unfortunately, as a coach. I don't know if he's won one as a player.
Yeah, you're big on that. You want
I'm
the
massive
coach
on
to win
that.
one.
I just think it's just success. You know what I mean?
It'd be interesting to see the percentage of how many AFL coaches have won a flag in their playing days.
I feel like it's a lot.
I think it would be 70%.
For sure. I think it'd be that 70, 75.
Obviously, Fagan was an anomaly last year, having not played any AFL or
I'm
VFL.
thinking if you go, that's so rare. Well, he was he's the only coach to not have played.
Yeah.
Current coach to not have
he
played.
just played in Tassie's league.
Because I'm trying to think who won it the year before? Before it was Collingwood. McRae has won.
It's funny how this has become a sport podcast at end.
I know, right? It's okay. At the end.
Yeah, we try and stay away from it for you guys who don't care, but we just get drawn back in.
Then you got the Cats. You know, obviously Scott 1-1, Melbourne Goodwin's 1-1.
Yep.
Then has I'm trying to think. Did Beveridge? He probably didn't win one as a player, I don't know why I feel that way.
I don't think he was a star.
And then obviously the Richmond coach, he won one as a player.
Yeah.
Hardwick. No, so as a player, so there you go. Bevo's one of the ones that hasn't won one, but a lot of the others have when you look back, I reckon.
What about Collingwood's coach? I feel like
McRae, he played for Brisbane. He won like three, bro. I didn't realise.
And he was in all those teams?
Yeah.
Yeah. Success.
Craig, I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm hoping JL can be an anomaly at Freo, but
yeah, Craig McRae, 3-time premiership player.
Yeah, star, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, that's where we'll leave it for today, guys. Hope you enjoy your week.
Yeah.
Much love.
Check out the Potty C app. Yes. Enjoy this app. Check out Who's Punching.
Yeah, why not?
You know, why not?
There's been some good ones the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Check them out on the YouTube. With the full episodes there. But yeah, we're about to quickly record Who's Punching before Dill goes off to work. So have a good one.
Let's do it.